It's 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday, September 13th, 2024. That's right, Friday the 13th. Ooh, scary. Moving the sheep to a new row. I wanted to do this last night, but I kind of wasn't able to get to it. But this morning's just fine. It's about 65 degrees, 80% humidity, lots of dew. My pants are soaked. Yesterday we got 1.5 inches of rain. And yesterday I also got an email saying that this area is now officially in D2, which is severe drought. So I did make a video about drought planning and drought management, cribbing notes from Jim Garish's talks about the same topic. But one thing I forgot to mention is all droughts are local. And what that means is you could be living in a state with a record amount of rainfall that year, and you can be in a drought simply because the rain just happened to pass you by. And so this last rainfall was kind of lucky. We had several rainfalls before, but they just kind of passed us by on the east and the west, the north and the south. But this last one kind of hit us square, and we got hit several times. So we kind of got lucky that we got the rainfall, but I'm sure people living to our east and west, north and south are still feeling the effects of the drought on their property. So just because we have rain doesn't mean they all got rain. Anyway, that lamb right there is shedding. Interesting. Yesterday I come to look at the sheep, and they're all healthy except one of them was lying down and wouldn't get up, and so she was dead. This was one of the ewes that I bought from my neighbor. I went back and looked at the records on her, and last time I checked she had good eye color, like really deep red. Her hoof growth was perfect, just a little bit long. I don't think I even trimmed her hooves because they weren't long enough to really trim. But no, she died. And so I butchered her and fed her to the dogs. Some people disagree with that. They think it's training the dogs to eat sheep. But as far as I know, I only have one dog that actually attacks sheep. And I'll kind of mention this here. I didn't want to mention it, but Snowball, that Snowball, he got into that pen a few days back, looking to mate with Bailey, successfully. And then when that happened, 2 of my sheep were damaged. They both lost the ear tag in their left ear. The larger ram, the older ram, he had pretty severe damage on the back of his neck. I shouldn't say severe. You can tell that it was cut at. It wasn't cut through like some of the other sheep had been. And his left ear was torn up. And then one of the younger lambs, the left ear is hanging on by a thread. And if you look at some of my videos, you'll see glimpses of that younger lamb. So, and if you go back and watch the dates, you'll see that that happened around the time that Snowball got into the pen. So I'm convinced that Snowball is the dog that's attacking my sheep. Unfortunately, he's the closest thing I have to a Great Pyrenees. And I keep telling myself, oh, I'll just breed him. I'll just breed him. Well, I've already bred him once with Nutmeg. I'll probably breed him one more time. And then that will be the end of Snowball. Probably should just shell out some money and get an actual purebred Pyrenees and bring him onto the property and start from there, because this just isn't working out. Unfortunately with the dogs, look at this sheep, how fat that sheep is. My goodness. There's folds of fat between her front legs, and I'm really pleased with all of my sheep condition, actually. Even that one that died, she was in pretty good condition. I don't know what killed her. But anyway, so Snowball is kind of like on my very low list of which dogs to keep. So don't be at all surprised if you don't hear about him anymore. And I don't feel comfortable giving it away to anybody. As with all of the livestock guardian dogs, they have two modes. One is protect and the other is attack. And they kind of switch between those modes fairly rapidly. And so I don't think they would make a good family dog unless they were raised with the family. So if you bought him as a puppy and bonded him with your kids, it'd be perfectly fine. But strangers and other things that might threaten your kids even a little bit might not find the dog to be a pleasant companion, if you catch my drift. Anyway, I have to make a decision there. The puppies seem to be doing just fine, though. They don't seem to be developing any bad habits that I can see so far. They are quite a bit casual with the sheep, but hopefully that protective instinct will kick in eventually. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that, and it kind of bums me out to even have to admit such a thing, but that's the reality. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.